Welcome to Sis Say That podcast.
The unfiltered guide to growing, glowing, and sometimes just getting by.
I'm Shay.
And I'm Faye.
And this is a space where healing and realness meet.
Because sisterhood deserves to be louder.
Well, hello, beautiful sister.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. I just started a new job. I am working as a therapist now. And I have a very fly office with a nice view. And so
Love it.
yeah, I feel like I'm starting to feel good. So I'm embracing those moments when I'm feeling good, and I just feel like I'm getting blessed in a lot of beautiful ways after dealing with so much tragedy and darkness for a while. So it feels nice to get blessings and things that you feel like you wanted and also deserve. So yeah.
As you should.
How are you doing?
Oh, girl. It's this Tuesday's been feeling like a Monday, but hanging in there. It's the end of the year. I can't believe we're getting ready to go to 2026, and I got a lot of big girl thoughts happening in this brain of mine. I've been contemplating some significant moves, as we've previously discussed. So, a little bit behind the scenes that I may share in the future. We'll see. But as right now, just, growing, learning, living, and still trying to adult while pay bills. And also be happy, all the things.
Everything. All
Yes.
at once.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm here.
Well, you are here and we are here recording. Shout out to everyone who listened to the last episode and gave us great feedback. It was a difficult conversation, but a much needed conversation. And yeah, I really appreciate everyone who reached out to me or Shay and just shared how much they appreciated the conversation and appreciated our vulnerability. And yeah, we want to have more conversations like that, because I feel like grief deserves more in terms of conversation. And that was just a little intro. But yeah, thank you to everyone who definitely took the time out to listen, because it was a long episode too. So I'm really like, you really sat down for almost 2 hours and listened to us run our mouths. So thank you.
Look, we have a lot to say, and sometimes we just forget, because that's how our conversations are in general.
Yeah,
that's our
it's
regular
true.
everyday conversation. So thanks for sharing the space with us, guys.
Yes. All right. Well, as you all know, we transition into relax, relate, and release, where we take a mindful moment to affirm ourselves, to breathe, to pause, to just bring ourselves into this space, into this conversation we're about to have. And maybe it's the first time that you've stopped to check in with yourself today. So take that moment for yourself. I want you to find a comfortable way to be in your space. You're going to place one hand on your heart and one hand on your stomach. And if it feels safe, you can close your eyes or just gaze in front of you. And take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Let it out through your mouth. One last time, deep breath in through the nose. And let it out through your mouth. Just take a moment to check in with your body. Notice how your body feels in this moment. Any sensations you may be feeling. Aches, pains, maybe. Maybe you feel really good. And you're going to repeat the following affirmation either out loud or in your mind. And pay attention to how it feels in your body to hear those words. I trust myself. I trust myself. And take one last deep breath in and let it out. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you all for taking that moment for yourself. So, this week, speaking of trust, we are going to be talking about our intuition. I was up late one night, just as I am sometimes, journaling and watching documentaries and reading and doing random things. And I text Shay about intuition, and we were just kind of, talking about our intuition and like, hey, this would be a great topic to share on the podcast and get other people's insights and ideas about intuition. So today is all about intuition, those gut feelings, and just getting into some of that. So Shay, I would love to hear about how you define intuition. What does intuition mean to you?
Oh, goodness. Okay. So, intuition to me is knowing in your gut when something is wrong, or you can just feel something's off, the vibe's off, the energy's off. You just know something's wrong, or even the flip side, you know something's right, something good is happening, or something's about to happen. Like you just feel in your body, like your system, like your body tells you before you actually know something's about to happen or something's about to go down that shouldn't be happening. It's almost like a warning sign, but it's like just to be prepared in a sense. I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
I agree. I agree 100%. It's like that deep inner knowing that the unseen, the feeling, right? Intuition, I agree, is like a feeling. It's what you feel. And it can be feeling of danger, it could be feeling of something amazing is about to happen. But yeah, I agree 100%. It's like that deep inner knowing, that body feeling. A lot of times you get that gut feeling that people talk about.
yeah.
So yeah, you feel it in your body. So I agree 100%. Um, and in this moment now, do you feel like you are connected to your intuition?
That's a great question. I honestly don't I don't know. It's been a while, like, since I've had, like, a sense of urgency or, like, something's off. Um, Although I may not feel connected to it now because I'm in a sense of calm, like, I'm in a safe space, I'm in my home, like, I know everything's okay. I feel like for me, my intuition usually it'll kick in if like something's going down or is about to go down. So I'm very aware and I feel like I read people's energies very clearly. Um for me, I can tell instantly if I'm not gonna like a person. And like the person can it hasn't even said anything, but I'm like, "Mm, there's something there's something a little reckless about you. I don't know what. I don't know why, but I don't feel like we're gonna be a good connection. And that's okay. But that's just for me to know I'm gonna keep my distance. So I feel like it's still very much connected to me. Um, but only in a sense of when I need it to be. Like as of right now, I don't feel like any sense of like gut intuition because you're my family, so I'm calm with you, I'm safe with you. So, like, my intuition tells me, "Hey, we're in a good vibe, we're in a good space. We're doing a podcast, we're happy right now because I'm with family." So, yeah, I feel like I'm still connected, but it just doesn't really pop off, and I guess that's because I'm also more of an adult now. I feel like as a teenager and as a kid, I was very aware because we're always being warned, "Hey, watch your surroundings, watch who you hang out with, watch," like, just always being aware. So I was always very on 10 with who I was with or what I was doing. Um, so as an adult, I feel like it has calmed down, but I'm still very much connected. So yes, to answer your question.
Yeah. So it sounds like for you, your intuition is more of
Fight or
a
flight, right?
signal around danger or fight or flight.
Yeah.
And do you feel like do you get intuitive messages around like, you know, a job that's good for you or when something positive is about to happen in your life? Or do you feel like those intuitive moments too, or is it really more just a signal for danger?
Um, I feel like it can be awareness, like for positivity or for like when I'm in a good space in the job position or something good is about to happen. Um, but I think for me, it's more of a sense of it. It's very heightened when there's danger near.
Mhm. Agree.
Um, as far as, like but I mean, I do get signs, and I very much believe in, like, a higher space, higher energy. I don't label it a god per se, but I believe in my angels, I believe in the universe, I believe in energy, and I believe in signs. So, like, as you know, whenever, like, we see a blue butterfly, like, that's our sassy girl, like, she's around, she's near us, like, that's good energy. For me, when I see a ladybug, that's my mommy, like, she's visiting me, showing me like, I'm okay, like, chill, or, like, something whatever's gonna work out, or a bill's gonna get paid, or, like, stop stressing. So I definitely do believe in signs, and I take them very seriously, probably more serious than I should.
It's no right or wrong. Signs are signs.
Well,
They're
'cause
important.
some people
They're
look at you and be like,
important.
"Girl, it's a ladybug. You're tripping." I'm like,
I
"But
mean,
no,
well,
it's
it's
specifically
not.
my mom." Like, "I
Yeah.
know."
It's not just the ladybug. Like that stuff is real. I'm gonna try and cuss less. Um,
Alright, girl.
because my mom and my auntie were both like, "We listened to the episode," and I was like, "Oh God, I was just."
Look, you grown, we grown.
I was cussing
Love
a
you,
lot.
mom, love you, auntie, love you, dad. My dad's always the same, so I don't
um, that makes sense. I think for me, I don't feel disconnected to, or I don't feel very connected to my intuition right now. I think for me, my intuition has been just kind of like a guiding force in my everyday life. That, yes, sometimes warns me about danger, but also like reminds me of little things to do for myself or, um, when I'm picking out like an outfit or a product or things like that. Like even that, I remember just like my intuition coming around, like, get this one and not that one, or you'll like this better than that. And just like having those little intuitive hits all the time about everything. And I feel very disconnected. Sometimes like trauma disconnects you. But I feel like I've felt that disconnection for a really long time. Um, and as someone who is like very intuitive, extremely connected to it, it's kind of hard sometimes to find your way back to it because it's such a part for me, it's such a part of who I am, like being able to lead with my intuition and feel things before they happen. I'm a very observant person, and part of that is just listening into my body and my intuition. But I feel like it's hard to hear her right now. It's hard to like fully hear her and trust her.
Mhm.
And I think my anxiety is so bad sometimes that I feel like it interferes with my intuition, and I'm like, is this my intuition or is this my anxiety? Like what is which one is talking right now.
Pick a lane, pick a lane.
Yeah. So that just makes me wonder, Shay, for you, what is something that has disconnected you from your intuition, or what something that makes you feel disconnected from your intuition?
Another great question. So I feel like you said, like our minds and our brain can get cloudy, right? And my judgment may not always be the best, or that's me not trusting my intuition. I feel I don't know what would necessarily make me feel disconnected. It's just a feeling that you know that's not always there. And I feel like because my intuition is so connected to like danger and just always being like hyper aware, and because I have felt that I'm in a safe space, it's hasn't been so like alive within me. But I also feel like that also plays a part into like where I'm at in my life in the moment. Like I had some visions just kind of hit me like over Thanksgiving and just like the holidays. And kind of like I've been listening to myself like, something is pulling me in this direction. Like
Mhm.
I'm feeling like I need to make some moves. And like at the space I'm in right now, currently, it's been good to me and it's been my safe space. But now it's like I'm feeling ready to make a jump. And that for me is very scary. Like, fear
Mhm.
very much rules
Mhm.
my nervous system.
Mhm.
But I feel like I'm in a space where I'm like, no, I feel like even though I'm still scared to even think about what the future may bring, I'm having these thoughts of like, it's time for a change. And
Mhm.
I guess that is intuition when I
Yeah.
now think about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
that's my intuition telling me, like it's time for a change. Not necessarily knowing or actually knowing what I want to do, but just trying to figure out how I'm going to make those changes come into the light because it's possible and it's very much doable. So, yeah, so I guess maybe my intuition is kicking in as of recent. And I didn't even realize until we had this conversation.
It's guiding you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, for me, so I really love an intellectual man. And
Yes.
I feel like the problem though is when I have like I of course looks are important to me, but I really am someone who is super attracted to intelligence and people
Mhm.
who analyze things and critically think and read books and all of those things. Like that's my jam.
Yeah.
Um, but the issue for me sometimes has been that when I do date these type of people, I put them on a pedestal and I stop trusting myself. And that is something that has really disconnected me from my intuition is being in relationships, romantic especially, where I put the other person on such a high pedestal that I started to feel like I wasn't good enough and I wasn't worthy enough and I didn't trust myself and all of those things. And that really um, wreaked havoc on my intuition and really made me doubt myself. And I feel like I've been unlearning a lot of that and just learning that like I can be attracted to somebody and it's not, I don't have to put them on this crazy pedestal because I'm on that pedestal too. Like it's not,
Hello.
I'm attracted to this person. I want to be with this person and this person wants to be with me. Because we are compatible and we get along and I don't have to like big up this person to something that's bigger and beyond me. But I have done that in the past, and I've noticed that that is something that really disconnects me from my intuition because I stop putting trust in myself and I trust that this person knows better than I do.
That
And
they're going to guide you.
that's Yeah, and that that person can guide me, and that's been hard because I was operating in that space for almost 7 years of just trusting someone else more than I trusted myself, and that's, like, no fault on them. Um, it's just something, like, I realized that, okay, I really when I'm in relationship with someone who I admire or I'm, like, very attracted to, like, both physically and intellectually, sometimes I put them on this pedestal that makes me feel inadequate and unworthy, and so I've been kind of, like, evaluating that because that in doing that, I've really disconnected so much from trusting myself and knowing myself and all of those things because I was putting all that into someone else. Um, and it's hard. I think when we're in relationship with others, you if you're not always, like, rooted and grounded, it's easy to lose yourself and lose that connection to who you are at your core, and then when you come out of it, you're, like,
You're lost.
discombobulated and and trying to figure it out. So for me, that there was a moment, like, after where I was, like, really, like, I can't hear myself, I can't feel myself, and then I did a lot of work to get back to that place of hearing myself and trusting myself and all those things, but because I wasn't doing it for so long, it's still taking a lot of work to build that intuitive muscle back up. Yeah.
That totally makes sense. And it's because, like, with relationships, like, you feel you've found your partner, you feel like you're compatible, and it's like, "Oh, okay, well, they're gonna bring out the best in me, they're gonna bring out the great in me," and it's like, the more they bring out the great in you, the more your intuition goes, "Okay, well, I can relax, I can chill because
Mhm.
there's a person there," right? But as you said, kinda closing off our intuition because we're involved in a relationship is also one of the worst things you can do because you're no longer listening to yourself and trusting yourself when you know
Mhm.
when you ultimately know what's best for you.
Mhm.
So, when you're coming out of that relationship, it's almost like you feel, like, drunk because it's like, "Oh, like, what do I do
Not
now?"
drunk.
Like yes, it's like you're like, "Oh, I'm lost. I've lost my balance. I've lost who I am. Like, what's going on?" Discombobulated, trying to figure out who you are again.
Yeah.
So, that definitely makes sense.
Yes. Um, so would you like to share a time about when you trusted your intuition and what was the outcome, and maybe a time where you didn't trust your intuition and what that outcome may have
Mm, oh gosh. Um, yeah. I remember there was a time, like, in my young adult life, I would say probably in my 20s, but I was at a party and, I was with friends and, like, we had all went in one car and we had decided that the girl and her guy, they were gonna be the designated drivers. Cool. Awesome. So as we get to the party, I'm like in my 20s, I was not a drinker. I wasn't I was really a good girl. Like I wasn't doing none of it. So I'm just watching everybody else like drinking, partaking, doing what they do. But then my eyes come across our designated drivers and they are now about to get lit. Like they are drinking. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What happened? I was like, "You're the designated driver." And the girl was like, "Oh, well, they're all pressuring me." I was like, "Can't nobody pressure you into anything." Like, I'm the type I've never been a peer pressure person. You can't peer pressure me into anything. I promise you. Sorry, it's just not for me. But she's like, "Well, they all want me to drink." I was like, "Girl, you're RDD. Like, that's not smart." She's like, "It'll be okay. It'll be okay." So, I'm just watching her and her boyfriend get lit. And I'm like, in my head, like, I'm making a conscious decision. I was like, "Not riding with them." Like, I already know it's not going to end well. I just didn't feel secure in getting in a car with them being drunk. And so, at the end of the night, it was funny because clearly, like, the girl and her guy, they got in one car, and then, like, the rest of the crew, we all jumped into the other car. I was like, "We're not riding with them because
Right.
apparently they had all seen as well, even though they also were drinking and having fun. But we watched them pull off, and it was so scary how they pulled off because they just took off, like, it was so scary, like, they had to have been doing, like, 70 and barely just started the car. So we watched them pull off, and everyone just like, say a prayer." And like, I honestly I did say a prayer for them because I wasn't with them, so, of course, I want everybody to be safe. And luckily, everybody did make it home that night, but still, that was a scary situation, but that was also a time where I listened to myself. I was like, "Mm-mm, girl, don't get in that car. Do not get in that
Yeah.
car. I don't care if you have to call your mom, call a Lyft," or we didn't even have Lyft then. It was, a cab, like, call a family member, call a cousin, call somebody. Like, I would be waking somebody up at 10 in the morning to come get me, but I'm not
Yeah.
getting in the car with them. So, yeah, that was a moment of listening to myself, even at an early age and early stage in my adult life.
Yeah.
Um, and then for the other piece of your question, it was a time when I didn't listen to my intuition.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. We have to come back to that one. You go, sissy.
Okay. Um, I'm trying to think, honestly, about a time when I trusted my intuition. I feel like I there've been a lot of moments where, like, something crazy happened and I was gonna go to that place and something told me not to go, and it's like a good thing that I didn't.
Dingo.
And I feel like that has happened a lot. Um, I'm trying to think of something recent though, where I was just like, my intuition was
On
spot
point.
on. And I don't know, I'm struggling. I can think of a time like when I didn't trust it, and that was like in relationship, right? Like I I was talking to someone, and early on I just felt like
I think I
something
remember the
like
story.
this isn't working. And it was fine, like, because, on the surface, it's like, okay, like, we're having a good time, it's working out, whatever. But I always had, like, that nagging feeling, like, something's off here, like, I can't quite put words to it, but something is not right, and then it turned out to be a crazy relationship. So, I think definitely, like, again, like, I didn't trust that initial feeling that I had that something was off because I was clouded by hormones and whatever,
Ancestors were smacking you against the
but
head.
yeah, and for me, I don't know about you, but sometimes when it's not my intuition, it's usually, like, my ancestors. I feel like someone is, like, touching my left side and, like, trying to guide me. Like, I
Hmm,
just get, like, the tingle on my left side sometimes when, like, before I get an intuitive hit or before, like, something happens, I kinda get, like, this tingle on my left side sometimes, and I haven't gotten it in a while, which is why I feel disconnected, but I
yeah,
was getting that a lot, like, when I was engaging with this person, and I was just like, whatever." But
I'm gonna fall
they
back
was
just a
trying to
tad.
tell like, my gut was trying to tell me, and they were trying to tell me, and it just yeah, I didn't trust it. I wasn't listening. Um
But it was a learned experience, and
Mhm.
you've taken from it that, "Hey, I wasn't paying attention. My bad."
I think too,
Girl, I
like, I've
can't think of a
trusted
time that I
didn't trust it
didn't listen.
or
No.
didn't listen. You always listen to your intuition?
I don't know how to answer this question because I don't feel like I do, but I'm very aware. I don't know how to answer that.
There's not been times where you've, like, engaged with people even though, like, your intuition said, like, "Don't engage with this person," and you still engage with them anyway? Like, in friendships, in relationship, anything?
I'm thinking, and I feel like I don't know. So for me, because as I've said in previous episodes, like for me with friendships, it's very I love very hard, and friendships
Mhm.
mean everything to me. And so there are times where like I've had like friendships, and it was like everything was good, but then like they would just start to show little signs. I was like, I don't know. Like just kind of like you start to see the signs, but you're like, well, maybe we can push through and still be friends because they're really good people. They're cool. They got good vibes. But then they exited there from my life on their own. So there have been times I still to this day I didn't know what I did, which honestly it's something I probably didn't even do. But for them, whatever reason, they're listening to their intuition. They're like, hey, you don't need to engage with her.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I don't have an answer.
Okay. It's all
I'll drop it in
good.
the
It is
comments if I come up with something later.
yes. I feel like my intuition has gotten me out of situations too, where it was like, "You should leave now," or "Don't engage with that
Before things
person,"
pop off.
or like, "Move," yeah, and I've avoided, like, getting shot and stuff like that because I listened to
Oh my
I
gosh.
listened, um, yeah, and even, like, people who turned out like, even people who turned out to just be really, um, just not good people, I've I've managed to steer clear, and
Mhm.
I'm like you though, I can read people really quickly and feel the energy really quickly.
Yeah.
My sister said I don't like anybody, and I was like, "That's not true."
That's not true. We are just aware.
I like a lot of people.
We don't like stupidity. We like people to use their common sense. That's what irks our souls.
Yeah, use your brain.
It's so
Yes.
funny. So you don't like people.
So
If that was the case, we would have never been involved with Why Woo, and we were young activists. We were out there in them streets educating
I
people, our
I
peers.
engage with people a lot.
Yeah. So like I disagree with that statement.
But what is Octavia Butler? I think it was Octavia Butler. Somebody said that they don't like people, but they love them. Like they have deep love for for the human race and for you care about people and
Yeah,
you want the best for people. But like hanging out with people that I don't vibe with, that's I guess that's
that makes sense. And we do like
yeah.
our alone time. Like, let me recharge and be by myself after
Oh
a
my
while.
God, like I need days, especially if I could do something that's like with multiple people. I need days. I was thinking about that in terms of like going into this therapy role because I'm going to be seeing like 5 clients a day. And
Oh
so
yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm going to need like
I need to
recharge time.
decompress.
Yeah. But I'm going to get some aura spray for my room to like spray the aura. And best believe I'll be getting that Florida water after every session to cleanse the energy. Cause yeah, it's a lot. As much as amazing as it is to be a healer and hold space for people, it's also, like,
It's
draining,
a
and
lot
you gotta protect your energy. I'm like,
because
yes.
you're taking on multiple personalities, multiple energies. You don't know if
Mhm.
it's good intentions, bad intentions on their part. That's a lot. And even
Mhm.
like I know we had conversations like during COVID, like because like you said, with us being healers, I just remember feeling the weight of the world. Like I just remember
Mhm.
feeling everybody was so scared. Like
Mhm.
you
You
could feel
feel
the
it.
energy in the air, like
Yeah.
how frightened people were. And
Yeah.
that was a lot. And I didn't know how to like navigate that because I was like, ew, why am I taking on what feels like the world? Like that's a
Yeah.
lot to take in.
Yeah. Yeah. It was heavy.
Yes. Heavy is
Yeah.
perfect word. Yes.
Yeah. It was also I know I'm one of, like, 5 people, but I loved being on lockdown, and I loved like, it was an
Lockdown
introvert
was
experience.
beautiful. I was
Introvert
thriving. Listen, I was
I was
doing yoga
I was
sessions with you. I was
yeah.
having dance parties. I was sleeping. There was nobody on the
Mhm.
roads with me when I'm driving. There's nobody in the stores. I missed the
In
days
the
when it was
grocery
illegal to
store?
be next to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, 6 feet. I still think people should stand 6 feet away from you. Like,
I agree.
I feel like that should just be standard. Um, but
Girl.
yeah, I know the lockdown was really bad, and it was heavy and hard, and we both definitely felt that a lot. And also, I felt very connected
Peace.
to myself and deeply
Felt peace.
healed. And I taught, like, 2 classes a day as a teacher and still got paid my whole salary, so it was just a nice it was a nice time, and I was
Yeah.
living alone at the time, so that was really nice, just being with
Yep.
myself and my energy and yeah. But, yeah, it was definitely difficult times too. And Rona is still out there. It ain't going nowhere.
I know it. It's the new flu, people. COVID's here to stay, in case y'all didn't know.
They got some new thing out. You hear about
I
that? It's like
know. I s- girl. I'm I know. And I'm currently because I work in a hospital type field, so I'm constantly wearing my mask and then watching my coworkers who are sick. Why would you come up to me, talk to me, go wash your hands, have a mask on, leave me alone? Yeah, yeah.
no,
Your face
no me
says it all.
no me gusta. Okay. Um, back to intuition.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
So, what are some things that help you connect to your intuition when you're feeling disconnected? What are some things that help you connect?
I like to meditate and I want to get back into journaling because I felt like for me, journaling was a big like, it was a way to, like, release my thoughts, but get everything down, and then, like, just speaking with my higher energy and speaking like, I talk to my mom. Like, I talk to my mom all the time, like, she responds differently now, but I still have a connection with her, and, like, when I'm feeling lost or confused, like, I definitely still talk to her. I talk to, our mutual friend, Alicia, and I especially talk to them, like, when I'm about to, like, fly, like, I pray, like and I pray specifically to them, like, to, like, protect the plane, protect me, protect the pilot, like, guide us in the correct direction, like, I definitely speak to them, especially in heightened situations, but even when it's not heightened, like, if I'm feeling lost, like, I usually like, I'll hit you up, but I definitely will still have, like, a conversation with my mom, and that typically helps me, like, come back to my center and find or at least try to find the valid answer in whatever that response is for whatever that moment is.
Yeah, I love that. I'm not Christian, but I pray. Like I I pray a lot because
Oh,
prayer is just so powerful. And
they
Christians aren't the only
work.
people they aren't the only ones who pray. So not say that, but
Our
they're
words
yeah,
are magic.
they are, and they're so.
They're
I like to
spells.
test it sometimes. I love to test it sometimes. Like just um especially I started this new job and I just like to test little or just like even with little things like um if before you go on a date or before I went into this new job, just praying for what I wanted and what I wanted my day to look like. And then I show up and that's how my day is and that's what my day looks like. Or I pray about before I go into an interaction with someone and that is how the interaction happens, and
Yeah.
it's really cool to see, and I also think that doing prayer in that way is also a great way to reconnect to your intuition, right? Because 'Cause you're praying for things and you're trusting that it's gonna happen, and then it happens, and so it's kind of affirming to you and well, to me anyway, and my intuition when I pray for something and I pray for an experience to happen a certain way, and then that's the way that it happens is really beautiful. Um,
Yeah. And it's just like even like with affirmations, like those are literally little spells that we're saying. And I try to make a post and say something like an affirmation every day, like on my Instagram. And literally, I'm just talking to myself. And if I can reach one person, that's cool. But honestly, I'm just talking to me because I need me to listen and me to pay attention to those words and believe those words. But if I can reach somebody else, that's also, for me, that's a plus.
yeah,
So
same. All the affirmations, because I do that affirmation of the
your
day and
affirmations are life. If you guys have not
yep,
checked out her affirmations page, you need to. Gives me life.
thank you. It's just but honestly, I when I, like, go back and listen, it was like, "Oh, like, I was just saying what I needed to hear that this morning to get through the morning and through the day." Like, I just said what I needed to hear, and I decided to film it because I like to track my emotions and journeys and all of those things. Um, but yeah, like you said, you I don't do it for other people, and but I realize other people are impacted by it, but it's usually not usually, it's always what I needed to hear in the
Yeah.
I'm never like, "Hmm, I wonder what the people want what affirmation the people want today." It's like, "No, what do I need to hear to get through the day today?" And then it
Setting your
usually
day, setting your
resonates with a
tone and
couple
your
people.
intentions.
Mhm. Yeah. So yes, I love prayer. I love affirmation to connect to my intuition. Also, embodiment is really important, like being in my body, because I spend so much time in my head. Probably like 90% of the time is in here in my brain. But I love to do things like yoga or movement, or even something I've been doing lately is just like sitting and putting my hands on my body and like on my heart and on my stomach and just being in silence, no distractions, and just really feeling how my body feels without any stimulation at all. Like sometimes I'll turn the lights off too and just be sitting there and just feeling my body. Like that's a great way to connect to that inner knowing and get a sense of what it feels like to be in your body because that's also a part of intuition is feeling deeply within your body. But I think we live in a world where there's so many distractions, there's so much going on, there's social media and TV and all of the things that disconnect us from being in our bodies and being like not in our heads. So I love to take those moments to just be in my body and do my best not to be in my head, which is hard, but even if I can do it for, like, 2 minutes, I notice that I can activate those intuitive nudges and those intuitive feelings a little easier.
That's beautiful. And that's also, it's just helpful to reconnect with yourself. And I feel like I tend to do that at the end of the day. Like when I lay down, like I turn off the lights, I lay on I have a heating pad 'cause I'm always cold. So I have my heating pad like on my back and I just take in my day and what happened and what steps did I move and what took place. But also even another action for me is music. I
Mhm.
love music. Music says what my mind feels sometimes. Like there's just the words that I don't
Mhm.
have, but music has the words for me. And so like
Mhm.
there's some songs like I'll just feel it so deeply and I'll just replay it and replay it and replay it and replay it. It's like, all right, chill out. But it's because in that moment, that song was speaking what I was feeling or what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
Especially, and like I
Like,
said, I wasn't raised in the church, but I've had two gospel songs that came to me at a time in my life where I was like really not in a good space. But they were so powerful and it wasn't centered around like Jesus and God, but it just it did something to me like and that was weird for me because I've never had that connection to gospel music or never being raised in the church. So I was like, I don't know how to react. I was like, is it okay to like the song? I think I even text you. I was like, I think I like a gospel song. And you were like, girl, I love gospel music. I said, what? Like, blew my mind. So it was because
it
it's just,
is. The gospel is my jam.
and like,
But I
I
think
didn't have that connection. So I didn't know how to
mhm.
feel in that moment. Cause I was like, this is weird. I was like, I don't listen to gospel. But those two songs, guess what? They're on my playlist. I pull them up when I need them.
Mm. But it's
It's
music and
definitely
it's spirit,
great.
and you may not have listened to gospel music, but your ancestors did, and, like, that's why I
Yep.
love gospel music because I know that my ancestors listened to gospel music and sang, gospel music is just lit, to be honest, too, I just love it.
It is.
I love it.
And that's how it got
It's
me.
just it makes me feel better it's yeah, it's powerful, it's affirmations, it's life shifting, like, I love gospel music. Gospel music and psalms be getting me through.
And the funniest part about the whole situation, like the song, it was on the radio. And so I heard the intro and I was like, ooh, okay. Like it was a hip hop beat. I was feeling it. I was like, all
Mhm.
right. I was like, this is a new song. I've never heard this. And then the lyrics came on. I was like, is this gospel? I was like, they tricked me. I was like, how did this get on my playlist? And I was getting ready to change it. And I was like, for some reason, intuition. I was like, I was getting ready to change it. And I was like, let's just listen and see how we feel with this. And that was my jam. I was like, let me add this
It's
to
what
the
you
playlist.
it's what you needed.
Yeah. Came in at the right time. Yes.
Um,
Ugh, funny.
well, is there anything else you would like to add to intuition? Sorry, that was a terrible British accent, but yeah, that's what y'all get.
Okay. Well, um, I just feel like everybody has intuition, right? And I feel like there are people who may also feel disconnected from their intuition or may not even realize that they have intuition. But I just encourage everybody who's listening, viewers, just take the time to like really like take yourself in and just relax and listen to how you feel. Listen to your thoughts. Listen to what you're feeling. That's why the meditation piece of our podcast is so beautiful and helpful because it's a reminder to just center yourself, see how you're feeling in that moment. So I really do encourage everybody to just take some time for your own thoughts and your own intuition and trust yourself and know that everything's going to work out. And even if it doesn't work out, there's always another day.
Yes, everything is always working out for me. Like it's the highest good.
Yes. Snap, snap, snap.
1,000 times better than I imagined. Yes, yes. Thank you for that, Shay. We all need that reminder.
Thank you.
Right. Well, let's take it back.
Oh,
Throw it back.
it's
Not like
time to
that.
say, sis, remember when? That 90s throwback. So I kind of want to switch it up just a bit this time. Um, Kind of going off the grid, off the topic, but What's one thing about growing up in the 90s you wish kids today could experience?
Playing outside, like, actually playing outside. 'Cause I don't know that, like, kids really play outside like that anymore. I don't really
No.
I feel we talked about this. I don't really see kids
That
playing
that
outside
was
like that.
episode
So,
1.
yes, I wish kids could experience playing outside without cell phones, without technology. Like, I don't know about you, but we ain't even have real toys. Like, we was making stuff up with cans and
I have my imaginary friend.
and sticks and
Me
so,
and Vanessa, we
especially when
were
I lived in
great
Dominican.
friends.
Yeah, especially when I lived in Dominican Republic, we were just out in the woods. So I wish kids could experience that, like the joy of playing with your friends outside, using your imagination to like make up really cool games, and then having to be home before the street lights came on and like running
That part.
so you can make
Simplicity.
it. Although I Although, I'll be honest, my parents, I never had that rule. They never said that to me. But
It was known, but I was
but
also very much up under my mom.
All my yeah, all my other friends had that rule, but I never had that. But not that I remember. I don't remember them being like, "Be home before the street lights come on." I was like,
Yeah. Again, I think our
But we would
intuition was
always
just
get
like,
home.
"Look, you're black." We just
yeah.
had that feeling.
Yeah,
Um,
get home. But yeah,
yes,
I wish y'all could experience
I
and
feel it.
jelly shoes.
Oh my god, I have a story. So, me and my jellies, we were like this. I love my jelly shoes. And I just remember I was running, full throttle outside. And I stopped. My foot stopped. The shoe did not stop. That shoe jammed into my foot. We had to cut my jellies because my foot like swole up. I was moving so
Oh my
fast that when I stopped, my
god.
shoe didn't stop. And so my shoe kept going and it should have slid off, but instead it slid into my foot. So we had to cut my jellies and
Oh,
I was upset because we had to ruin my jellies. My mom was like, "We are trying to save your
oh,
foot and you're crying over some shoes." I was like, "I was 7. Give me a break." They were
I
blue
was like,
and
"That's my
sparkly.
foot, jelly."
They were blue and sparkly and they were life.
No.
Um, but yeah, okay. My turn. Well, what's something that I wish kids could experience now? I think just the joy of like kind of same lines of you, but the joys of not having social media and playing board games with friends and family
mhm,
or even sleepovers.
mhm,
And I mean, so much has happened in the
mhm.
world that nobody really honestly trusts anybody these days. But oh my God, I remember us like traveling on the bus to sleep over to our friends, like go to their homes and sleep at their homes. Like it was the best.
Mhm.
It was great times. And like, but we were on a bus, just walking up hills, nowhere, just outside, far away from the adults as we could get. And then just to have the joy of watching movies. Nobody watches movies on DVDs or VHS anymore. Everything is streaming. I still watch my DVDs. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh.
I'm so sad. I used to have a break collection, and I was like, I have it. I want to get it back.
I just think times were just much simpler, and it was a good time to be alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel we
Yeah.
have memories and kids these days, they don't. Like I
They got memories. They're just
Their
different
memories
than
are
ours.
including social media. I was not 5 years old working
Different.
a phone on YouTube. Who does
Mm-mm.
that? These kids are smart
Yeah.
and they know how to hang up on you when they are watching their shows on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or even just like
Oof.
having the genuine like feels of appreciating gifts. Like gifts. Cause I know like a couple of kiddos. I watch them open gifts and they're like, I already have this. Well, give it back then. Like, where my mom would have snatched it so quick from me. Where's just thank you. Now you have two. Like, oh great, goody. I got two more of these items. Or one kid was like, so that's it? That's all the gifts? Nobody like, ugh, no. Just be thankful and grateful. 90s were a different time, y'all.
Gratitude.
Yes, gratitude.
Gratitude. Show gratitude.
Yes. But I guess.
So, anything else? Anything else we wish they could experience? I was really thinking for a minute.
There's
I
so
feel like our
much.
commercials were lit too in the 90s. Like
Commercials are
the
fun, but they're very weird.
Huh?
Very weird. I said the commercials are fun, but they're very weird. Do you remember the one
They
for
were
like,
strange, but I feel like
no, you know the commercial I'm about to bring up. So the one it was like advertising like for not smoking weed. And like the girl just like
yeah.
melted into the couch and they're like, this is what happens when you smoke weed. And like she literally was like a blob in the couch and her sister's looking at her and poking her with a stick. What? Ma'am,
Ooh, they were funny though. They were
they were
entertaining.
high when they made that commercial. I'm telling you right now. They were high making a don't smoke weed commercial. But okay.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to get through the day.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah, but they were weird, but I felt like they were entertaining and catchy and all the things.
Or like when
Um,
celebrities did commercials.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Pepsi, when you did a Pepsi
Beyonce, yep.
commercial, you made it. Like
Yes.
that's not, I feel like now that's not a
Yes.
thing, but like back in the day, like when Jackson had a Pepsi commercial, like like when you had a Pepsi commercial, you made it.
You made it. I think Chris Brown had a Sprite commercial. And Beyonce's commercial is just
Yeah,
iconic
like
to me because she did like
yeah.
she reenacted like different looks from her videos. And that was dope to
Mhm.
me. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, like if you had a soda commercial, you made it, I guess.
You made
Or if
it.
the
You made
government
it. And
spearmint
this was like
gum.
early. Yeah, I guess this was more like early 2000s and not maybe 90s. Some of it, but I don't know.
Some of it, but also Pepsi for Michael Jackson. His commercial was in like what, the 80s, 70s? So I feel
Girl
like
was not in the 70s.
okay, but like 80s, 90s. I feel like we're on track either way. Either way, it still worked out, okay? You had a Pepsi
Yes,
commercial, you were lit.
you were. You made it.
That's
Yes.
funny.
All right. So let's transition into our glow tip of the week. Um, so your glow tip of the week is at the end of the day, write down 3 things that you are grateful for. This is something that I have been trying to get back into. It's something that I used to do like religiously, but I think being able to live in this state of gratitude is really amazing, even when you're going through something hard and you're struggling and it doesn't feel like there's anything to be grateful for. That doesn't mean you have to bypass your emotions or not feel how you're feeling, and like you can acknowledge your struggle. But I do think it's a great way to center yourself, and it's a mindfulness practice, and be like, okay, I'm struggling to do this or to do that right now, and things just aren't going how I need them to. But I'm so grateful that I have breath in my body, right? I can take these deep breaths. I am so grateful. There's stuff I don't even think of, I take for granted. And after caring for my stepmom, like I'm so grateful that I can walk, right? I my legs work and I can take
Yep.
a step every single day. And that's not everybody doesn't have that reality. And right, I'm grateful that I live in a warm home with heat, right? That like just little things sometimes that I think we get, and people are going through real shit, don't get me wrong. But sometimes I feel like we get so caught up in like everything that's wrong, and taking those moments at the end of the day, even if it was a really hard day, to find like gratitude can really shift your energy in such a beautiful way. So yeah, glow tip of the week every single day. Three things. Three things is nothing. Like that's that you scroll on social media longer, right? Write down three things that you're grateful for. Yeah, and it could be something that's seemingly small. Like I'm grateful for this bomb ass lip
Fenty
gloss
lip gloss.
from Rihanna. Whatever. Fenty sponsor the show. Um,
Hey, girl. Hey.
but yeah, Rihanna wants me to a girl. But yeah, that's the glow tip of the week.
I love that.
And
And
so
it's
now,
beautiful because it's the truth. Like, it makes
yes,
sense to like just take a moment to pause, breathe, and realize, hey, I'm grateful that I have a voice today. Hey, I'm grateful I got to do a podcast today with my sister and see her face and laugh and talk and shoot the shit with her. Like, it's the moments that you don't think about. And even like the little things that because you started this topic, so I'm extremely excited for it. Writing letters. I am so excited. You guys, me and Ife are now writing letters to each other because that generation died. And back in our high school days, we have a notebook full of notes that we wrote to each other. And that just takes me right back to that type of memories. So I'm excited just to take a pen to paper and then to mail it. I had to go buy stamps, you guys. You know how long it's been since I bought stamps? I'm so excited. The dude was looking at me like, "Are you
I'm
okay?"
so glad you got it. I'm so glad you got the letter because the mailbox was hella sketchy. So I was I wasn't certain that it was gonna make it. But it was the closest mailbox to me. And I was like, it says they pick up the mail here, but
I don't know. Yes, I got it.
oh
So like
no.
it's just little things like that. And I guess that could even go through with the
Yeah.
90s throwback of something I wish kids could experience. Letters. Write a freaking letter, kids. It's fun. I promise you'll love it. Don't laugh at me.
All right.
It's true.
We're gonna close out with some church announcements. If you ever been to church at the end, you know
Ah,
they got
yes.
all the announcements. So our heathen asses are gonna close out with some church announcements.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right. Well, exciting news. You guys can now become a member on our Patreon. So, this is big because you can get access to video recordings of our episodes. You're going to get exclusive content. You're going to get a bunch of other like goodies. We have so many ideas. We even have like thoughts of we want to bring on guests, but we also want to hear and connect with the viewers. So this is a perfect way to also connect with you guys on an intimate level. And you guys are going to be able to see the podcast episodes now, like in a video form as well. So instead of just listening, you'll also get to see our beautiful faces, even though my face is a little busted right now. But that's besides the point. You're going to love it. You're going to love
Remember
all the
that
exclusive.
words are spells.
Yes. So you're going to love our content.
You
You're
hear
going
me?
to love what you see, what you get. We have some amazing ideas coming up, and we will also eventually have some guests. So you guys can drop like ideas and podcast topics in the comments for us and on our Instagram, but also in the Patreon now. Just another way to connect with us because we love you guys and we want to hear from you all as well.
Yes. And like she said, the video content will only be available to Patreon. So become a member if you want to see what we look like. Because we cute.
Or tiers that you can join.
Yes.
So, and they're all very
Yeah.
affordable. So,
Yeah. It costs less than Netflix. One of the two of the tiers cost less than Netflix every month. Because I don't know, Netflix is up to like $20 if you don't want
girl. Ridiculous.
if you don't want
Ridiculous.
commercial. Yes. Yeah, and the contributions help with the podcast. Like it helps us get better mics, better equipment, with bringing on guests and just, helping up the production of this podcast because it's something we're passionate about, something we love, and we want to bring y'all the best, highest quality content. And in order to do that, you need better equipment and things like that. So in full transparency, like those are the type of things that your contribution will be helping, and you also will be getting something out of it too because we are going to be doing a lot of cool things for our Patreon members. So I encourage you to join, and the link will be in the show notes. And yes, I am opening my schedule to teach one-on-one yoga and mindfulness classes. If you are in the Burque area, 505, ya tú sabes, hit me up. And
She's laughing, you guys, but she's a
and I will do private yoga lessons for you, my yoga and mindfulness lessons. And I'm offering a special right now where you get an hour introduction session with me for $33. If you are not in Albuquerque, but you would still like to interact with me through a session, I also offer virtual sessions so we can do something virtually. But I will put the link for that in the show notes as well.
Hey, let's go. Love it. Go get your Zen on with my sister. She's the best of the best. And, with the holidays coming up, my book would make a totally great gift. I'm just saying. The Choice That Change Your Life Narrative is a book of compilations of beautiful and healing stories by 12 different authors. We were able to share our journeys through life, and it's just such a life game. It was such a life changing experience to be a part of this project, and it also gave me my first book credit, like as a published author. So I also want to give a shout out to my sister Bridget Foster because this was her production. This was her book, and she also offered us a piece of her story. So if you guys are interested in purchasing a book, the link will be in the show notes as well. And then you will also get 12 different stories, 12 different journeys, and just 12 different life experiences. So I'll drop down the link as well.
Yes, and it's good, y'all. It's really good. So go and read and be inspired, be encouraged, all of the things. And me and
It's a
Shay are
good
dope, so we
self-help
had to
book too.
plug the dope that we are doing in the community. You said what?
I said it's also a good self-help book too. So even if you don't want to give it away as a gift, but a gift to yourself, it's great.
Yeah, buy yourself something this Christmas. Fuck them kids.
Yes.
I mean,
Treat yourself.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Ethan loves the kids.
She got the jokes. Oh my gosh. Well, this has been lovely. It's always a joy
It
to see you.
has. It's been
All
wonderful. Yes, always.
right, bye.
And that's our show for today. Please rate and review our podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Until next time, keep healing,
Keep growing
keep glowing.
and loving yourself out loud.